Hello friends and enemies, welcome to or back to Happy For Now. It's me, Isabel, here with my July wrap up. So normally I do stats and highs and lows and surprises, but I had a really good reading month and I only read 10 things, but everything was pretty much a hit. So we're just going to talk through all the 10 books I read in order I read them after we go through my stats. For the most part, July was definitely a lighter reading month. 10 books for me is seeming to be the average this year, but I don't know y'all. I mean, July was a stressful month. I feel like you know that if you watch my reset or any other things. I basically ended the month when I would have probably been reading a good bit on a massive road trip of epic proportions. But now we're back and we're home and I'm so happy to be in my house again. Let me tell you, very, very happy to be in my house again. But yeah, I am excited to tell you about all the 10 things I read this month. I would have loved to have read more, but it's fine. We're here. It's gonna be okay. A little reminder for everyone, the Trova Trip with Bethany and I to Costa Rica in January 2026, we're going January 6th to January 9th, is approaching. Like, the deadline is approaching. We are going to have to make a decision on if the trip is happening or not very soon. We have a couple more slots available for the early bird, which is $2,200. This does not include your flight, but this includes multiple meals. I'll put the graphic up here. It includes multiple meals, a 4-star hotel. We have a really fun itinerary happening. This one is very relaxing also is the plan. Our hope is to kind of just, you know, start off the year strong with like some bookish community and hanging out, you know, doing a little book swap, having some book club time, hanging out and reading together, a little spa time. Like, it's going to be really, really fun. So I'm really hoping we can get the last few people we need to make this happen. But if you're thinking about it, now is the perfect time to sign up and join us. You know, I know the deadline is approaching to sign up. We're all kind of starting to plan more of our travel for later in the year and the beginning of 2026. So, you know, maybe you thought about it and then you forgot. Right now, we're really, really excited for this trip. We'd love to see a few more people sign up so it can happen. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a really fun time, a really great way to connect with some other readers and just have a chill hangout. The other thing I will note and say here is that, like, we are not making a profit on this trip in any capacity. It is paying for our travel. That's it. So yeah, if you're interested in joining us and you have questions, let me know down below. I'll have links to everything for you. And I hope to see you there. Let's talk about my stats though, because I do think it's kind of interesting where I landed this month. So first things first, I read 10 books, obviously, I told you that, for 2,186 pages. My average rating was a 4.1 somehow, and I'm still kind of stunned by this, to be honest with you. I just didn't expect, this is where you know why my rating was low. I only listened to 10 hours of audio. I still have to finish the book from the Firebird Chronicles because I started it and then I had to leave, which is why I wasn't on that live. So yeah, like, I started that. I need to finish it. I only read 2 titles from KU. As far as age demographics go, I read 10 adult titles. That's it. I only read adult books this month and I'm okay with that. It's pretty normal for me. I feel like at most we get 1 or 2 in another age group. Format wise, I read 8 ebooks and 2 audiobooks. You're going to notice as we go through these, it was novella heavy, very novella heavy. So yeah, let's talk about the 10 books I did read this month and I'll tell you what I thought of them and who I recommend them for and if they're in a specific video, because I didn't have vlogs for basically 3 weeks. I won't have had a vlog. So that's usually where I talk about everything as I read it, and that didn't work out and that's okay. Oh, and fanfic wise, I don't think I touched fanfic this month, which is kind of astounding if you've been following me this year and how much I've been reading fic. That's how stressed out I was. I did not read a fic at all in the month of July. And that's, I don't know, it feels weird. It feels really weird. But first things first, I did start my month off with an ARC, which was The Enchanted Greenhouse by Sarah Beth Durst. This is the standalone tie-in to The Spell Shop. And I really, really enjoyed this one. I think it was really fun. This was a really fun standalone tie-in. You could read this one first. I don't know that it really matters too much. One of the characters in the first book, The Spell Shop, we meet their creator in this book. So like, that's a really fun touch. In my opinion, I really enjoyed that here. This is a very soft, cozy romance. Very cozy, very low plot, but it had just enough plot and tension that it really, really worked for me personally, which is what I also found with The Spell Shop. I need a little bit of tension in the plot for a cozy to work. And when it's basically no plot, like no tension, I'm out. So this worked really well for me. I enjoyed it. I would say it's like a 2 on the spice scale, maybe. It is a very grumpy gardener and our formerly turned into a statue librarian who has been sent to help him revitalize the greenhouses because the wizard that maintained it is gone and she can decipher the spells. I give this a 4.5. Like, I truly just had a good time. I enjoyed my time with it. I think it works really, really well on audio. So I do highly, highly recommend the audiobook if you want to try this one, because I think the audiobook is fantastic. I was provided an ARC copy of this via the publisher on audio. So thank you, Macmillan, for that. But yeah, I think this was just absolutely solid when it came to a fantasy, cozy romance setup. I really like the world being built here too. It's really intriguing and interesting. Next, we have 2 bonkers books. So I gave both of these a 3 and a 4. So first of all, we have Pounded by Poseidon by Holly Wilde, which I gave a 3. I think there's another author on there and I cannot remember her name. That's just going to be whoever it is. Thea Mason and Holly Wilde wrote Pounded by Poseidon. This one I gave a 3. Of all the bonkers titles I read last month for that bonkers vlog I put up, this one had the least enjoyability in some ways. Like, it was not bad, but I was just like constantly squicked out by the sand. Like, the sand was just not working for me at all in this one. So there's that. I think it was just really weird and I couldn't get past the sand. I really couldn't. So it just kind of ended up being a 3. It's a 63-page bonkers novella. If you're curious, give it a go, but maybe don't. Then I read Beached and Breached by Vera Valentine. This one was a 4. Vera, for me, just tends to deliver on bonkers premises that I don't expect to work. This is based off of a tweet from like the Myrtle Beach police, and this involves a sentient ship and a like siren. And it is hilarious. It is so fun. I gave this 4 stars because I just thought it was so silly and enjoyable to read. Like, it just had the right amount of bonkers for me that I really, really had fun with it. Next, we have A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping by Sangu Mandani. I think that's how you say it. This is a 5. This was so, so good. I loved The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. I thought it was a fantastic book. This one kept getting delayed and I was nervous. I was very nervous, like a lot of us were. And every single delay was worth it because this book was fantastic. The found family element in this book had me near tears multiple times. We follow a heroine who has basically lost her magic, has very little magic left because she tried to help a family friend who was turned into a fox with some stuff. It didn't go well. And then we have a hero who does magical research and his little sister who is autistic and basically having to be hidden from the world because she doesn't understand to hide her magic. And this inn that takes people to it when they need to find it. And it was just beautiful. The found family element in this is what carried me through this entire story. I absolutely am obsessed with it. I loved every single second of it. I think it was, again, so worth the wait, and these continue to be another cozy that I just adore. I really loved how it all wrapped up in the end. I wasn't sure. Like, a lot of the book, I was not sure where we were headed for the wrap-up of the story, and the way it worked out, I was very happy with. I also think this one is another one that really does fantastic on audiobook. I got this also from the publisher. I got this from Penguin Random House Publishing on their audiobook influencer app and had a fantastic time with it and truly could not put it down. Next, we have Beautiful Things by Emily Rath. This was a solid 4-star read for me. This is a historical why choose romance. I think the next 2 books in the series follow all of them together still. And I quite liked this. This is a like moderately steamy, like a 3 maybe. Not as steamy as other Emily Rath books, okay? Like, I do need you to know that because it's a 3-book, it's a trilogy. So like it takes a minute probably for us to fully get there. This is a historical romance. Our heroine, her mother has died. Her mother's old friend invites her to this party, basically where she's trying to find a husband for her son, who's going to be the Duke. And she is tasked with kind of infiltrating the party and judging the various women and ladies who are in attendance, who is worthy, who should be the next Duchess of this thing. And then she's kind of taken under the Duchess's wing to actually run the house, Alcott Hall, versus whoever the new Duchess is. Very, very interesting, very enjoyable read. I really liked the tension here again. I really think the tension here was fantastic. The build up, the like, we can't, but we want to, this attraction we're having between her and the 3 guys, top tier. Top tier. Emily Rath for me just always delivers when it comes to these things. And I think she has tension. She's really good at writing tension into books. And in a way that my brain just like cannot put the book down, which is exactly what happened with this. I just wanted to keep reading it. And I did devour it in a matter of days once I like had the time to sit with it. It was so enjoyable and I really cannot wait to continue. I also really love the recovers we're getting for these, so that definitely helped me want to read them even more. Next, I read The Pack Darling Extended Ending I also gave this a 4. This is a little bonus ending that you can get that kind of wraps up the Pack Darling duet. And I do think it's worth a read if you really liked the other books. I think we get a lot of closure for one of the other couples in the book, because it's a big group of them. But we get a lot of closure for the two of them and how it's going to work for all of them together when the two are in heat, the two Omegas. I really loved it. Like, I truly had such a blast with this book. It was just a nice little break for me personally from everything else going on in my life for 80 some pages, I think, 90 pages, something like that. It was a nice little break. Like, I had a good time with this. I think it was really enjoyable to just kind of dive back in with them. I still need to read Red Fang Royal and her newest title that came out, but this was just a nice, like, okay, I'm here, I'm enjoying this, and then I was able to just kind of relax and, I don't know, go back to some characters I really enjoyed. Next, another solid 4-star is Married to the Alien Cowboy by Ursa Dax. This was another nice surprise. So I read this for my members. There's a reading vlog for them. I loved it. I had so much fun reading this. I thought this did a fun job of giving us a bit of a play on alien prison planet stuff, because these aliens have been sent to this planet because they committed crimes on their home planet. Our hero in the first book was sent there as a child, so that's really fascinating. Very different setup here, and our heroine is on the run because she took out a loan she shouldn't have taken out. And she basically finds her way to the prison planet situation, the farming planet, a lot earlier than she's supposed to because she's on the run from them. I found this so enjoyable because our hero is very quiet, and our heroine is very talkative, and I think that was really fun to read. And I also think it was a fun way to have this couple like figure out how to be together, because they definitely were navigating that. Like, he didn't really know how to interact with humans or women. There's a lot of confusion that they don't have tails, all these things. Top tier. This is so much fun. I'm really excited to continue this series and see what I think as I continue on. But this one felt like such a nice play on a lot of tropes we're used to seeing, just being a little bit different. Next, we have Roads by Octavia Jensen. I read Jagger earlier this year and I enjoyed it, so I finally continued with Roads. I'm trying to just pick up novellas here as I am unsure of what I want to read, because that feels like a good way to read them and get through some more of my novellas. So I picked this up. I really enjoyed it. It's the co-owner of the gym in book 1, and she is best friends with the heroine in book 1. Basically, he is super into her. They hook up the first time ever that they like meet, basically in an alley. And then he just keeps trying to get her to date him. And it's them trying to come together. She's very much a black cat energy here. And he's a little more golden retriever-y. But he gets to the point of booking services at her studio where she does like, owns like a salon beauty spa thing so that he can talk to her. And that was really cute. And it was really fun him navigating that. There's also like little like bits of stalking here because he's like interested in her, wants to make sure she's safe, all this stuff. That was pretty sweet and cute overall. This is another 4-star. Again, I just had constant 4 stars. I was having good luck this month, and I'm really happy about it. But yeah, he just kind of lightly stalks her, and we just get a lot of great tension here. And then finally, the friends who are like, I'm not intervening, kind of start to help him navigate getting her to realize that he does indeed like her. And I enjoyed that part too. Next, I read The Orc from the Office by Kate Pryor. I'm now almost done with the series. I don't know that we have more coming in it or not, but I have one more to read and I will be current. I had a really fun time with this one. Way more fun than I expected. This was one that I've had forever and has been sitting there ready to read. And I'm really glad I finally picked it up. Basically, our heroine and this orc meet in a coffee room, and she accidentally breaks his nose. Trying to open this drawer, she like elbows him in the face, and blood is part of the mating ritual for orcs, so it sets off his mate bond with her because of this whole thing. And it's him navigating that and then deciding that actually, no, we do want to be together. And that was really sweet and enjoyable. I think this was just really fun. It felt like it felt different from a lot of orc books because I'm not a huge orc romance reader. Personally, I struggle with orc romances because they often play too much into a lot of racist tropes, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinions. But I'm open to them. I just haven't found a lot that I like truly enjoy. So this is one that definitely hit that spot of like really enjoying it. Our hero is like very nerdy and sweet, which was very fun, and she's in HR, so like it also just kind of made it funnier, and there's like monster resources at the company, so like I just really liked how all of that worked out. I think they're really cute. I think this is a fun one. If you enjoyed Live, Laugh, Lich, the first book in the series, I think you'll enjoy book 2. It is equally as good. And then last but not least, I read The Hitman by Katrina Jackson. This is the last thing I read. The last book I've touched, to be honest with you, and it's August 4th. Besides reading a page here or there of some things, trying to figure out what I want to read, this is the last book I touched, and I need to, heck, I think I still need to update my Goodreads. It should be updated by the time you're watching this, but yeah. I finished this. This is a really fun one. I've owned this book since it came out in 2020. So there's that. I finally read it. And this was really fun. I enjoyed the first book in the series, which was like Beautiful and Dirty. And that follows one of the cousins that's discussed in this book. Book 2, though, The Hitman is she leaves her fiance at the altar, basically, / the morning of the wedding, because he's caught cheating on her with her best friend and a celebrity who is a dancer, and like a exotic dancer stripper situation. And she takes the honeymoon to Italy anyways, and she's there, and this man who is a hitman is also there in the room next door to her, hearing her cry and sob every night and be in misery. And then eventually they finally connect and they have a good time. They have a really good time together, and they also end up going on the run together because of some things that happen. I really liked this. I think it's one of those books that you could probably read in one sitting very easily. I almost did, but like life took me out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you, like life took me out a little bit on it. So it took me a minute to read it, but I really, really enjoyed every minute of it, and I didn't want to put it down, but I kept having to put it down to do other things. But yeah, it's a really fun read. I think it's a really solid read. I feel like it's one of those ones that just like took me by a nice surprise. I talked about book 3 in my reset. I'm hoping to continue the series and possibly stop there. I know we get more of the HEAs in the next books for each couple, but I don't know if I need those. I don't know if I need those right now. I think I might be happy where I'm at. So yeah, there's that. That was the last thing I read in July. And like I said, I'm a mess. I haven't really read anything even yet in August. So fingers crossed we see some improvement. I would love to know how your July reading went. Did you have any favorites, any least favorites? You know me. I love to hear about things you hated, and I love to hear about things you loved, because I'm going to put them on my TBR. So you can do that down below. And if you don't want to do any of that, you can leave me an apple emoji in the comments, and I will have links to all these books for you down there, links to my friend anywhere on the internet that I am, and I will see y'all in just a few days in my next video. Bye!
Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we